Hey guys, Dissection of Violence here. We got another one for you. UFC Oklahoma, Usman versus Duplessis. Should be a really good card. Well, decent card. But first, we're gonna recap UFC 329. We'll go through it. It was a pretty good card. I give it a 9 out of 10. A lot of finishes. Great fights. Honestly, some stuff happened. It was a big screw up on my part. I won't get into the details. Betting wise, no, it was fine. I didn't even really post any bets for this card. I gave a parlay builder, and it actually lost because of Kavanaugh. It would have been like a 4 or 5 tier cash. But other than that, I didn't give any plays. I tried took the week off. I posted some earlier card like ONE FC Octagon, but I didn't really play anything really other than that. I played some stuff at the fights, but I didn't have time to post plays and do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was a pretty hectic day, but it was a really good week. Got to train at the PI, trained at the UFC, Extreme Couture. Great hospitality from the coaches there. It's not my first time training there, but man, it was an awesome experience, especially going to the PI. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be back for next year. Hopefully next year they're actually going to have UFC X because they really screwed me there with no UFC X. But other than that, amazing week. Vegas is Vegas, so got in a little bit of mischief there, it's Sin City for a reason. I always underestimate it until I go there, and I'm like, oh my goodness. But yeah, man, I had a blast. Definitely can't wait to go back, back here in Canada. So, and we're actually experiencing fire, like forest fires right now. So I would much rather be back there right now. It's an expensive place to be, but it's just a great energy, great vibe, especially fight week. There's lots of things to do. So I don't know about living there, but I definitely love being there. It's great training, all that stuff. So, but yeah, man, enough about me and my trip. Let's get into the recap so we can move on to the Oklahoma card. So yeah, UFC 329. I rated about a 9 out of 10. We'll go through the fights. First off, we had Alexandro Costa versus Durden. Durden, I didn't really get to see the first round of this fight, but I think Durden. Someone said that he won a scorecard on this fight. I don't want to speak about this fight like I watched it. I watched the second round, but I feel like Durden was in a tougher fight here than when he fought what's his name, Filau. I feel like Costa's very dangerous and improving in his career. How old is Costa again? Um, Costa is 30 years old, so he's still in his prime. So yeah, Costa did what he had to do. He got the win. I actually had Costa by submission. I felt like he was gonna hurt him, club and sub, or just find the neck, guillotine, RNC, and that's what happened. So good win for Costa. Moving on, we had Ryan Gandra versus Zach Reese. Gandra's just a powerhouse, man. I felt like this could play out close, but the new option of Gandra is too real, and that's exactly what happened. Gandra landed that one big shot, ended the fight. Round one finish for Gandra. Good win for him. Reese, yeah, he's had like over I think 10 fights now in the UFC, so definitely he's has a. Is that right though? I heard someone say 10 fights in the UFC. Let me see this. I want to see this with my own eyes. He has one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. I guess 10 if you count Contender Series, but yeah, man, that's pretty crazy. He's only been in the UFC a few years now, so that's pretty active schedule. So yeah, man, Zach Reese sucks, but you'll be back. Ryan Gandra gets the win, KO. Moving on, Fareed Basharat versus John Garza. This was a good fight. I watched it back. It was a good fight. I had to rewatch this one. Garza, this kid's special, man. He's a really good fighter. It was too much too soon. 15-0, now 16-0. Basharat is your debut. Like you can't be mad at the kid. He did everything in his power to try to win that fight. He was pressing. He was going to the body, landing pretty good shots, getting up. Like I thought he was going to be cooked once the fight got to the ground, and he just kept getting up. Good athleticism. This kid's going to be a problem. I'm excited to see his future. I think he has a 4 fight contract, so we'll see who they give him next. Hopefully, a more favorable matchup, so they can build this kid because this kid's good, man. But yeah, Basharat keeps doing his thing, 16-0. The guy's good, man. It is what it is. I'm sure he's gonna run into a buzzsaw soon enough. I would have been interested to see the Ewing fight, But yeah, man, Basharat's legit. I think he's the end of his contract, so I'm interested to see if they give him another one. I hope so. He doesn't seem like a problem backstage, and he takes short notice fights. So yeah, I think Basharat is gonna be around for a little bit. Moving on, Damian Pinas versus Cesar Almeida. Pinas got the win. Arguably losing the round to volume and then that nuke option. Like I say, these guys with the nuke option, they could be losing the whole fight and then just randomly knock the guy out. Yeah, man, Pinas is just a nasty, nasty power striker. He's actually got some pretty good striking. He started to find his rhythm as the fight went on in the first round. He started landing more, but man, when he lands, man, it's devastating. And Cesar Almeida is not an easy guy to put away. So good on Pinas. I actually got to meet him after the fight. He's a cool guy. I don't know what the heck I was almost saying there, but yeah, Pinas got the win. So the raging Pinas wins. Moving on. Kong Wang versus Tracy Cortez. Okay, I'm mad at myself here because I really like Kong Wang here, but I just wouldn't pull the trigger because I was listening to other people's opinions. I was busy last week, so I didn't really have time to really do deep dives and like you really make like I didn't have time to make my own plays. So I didn't tail anybody, I didn't do anything. I just I just literally focused on fight week and enjoying the week, and I was busy all the time, so I didn't really have a lot of time. I posted one FC and Octagon. Other than that, I didn't really do anything. There's a UFC debacle with the tickets, so I was really busy that week. Spent a lot of money. It was an expensive week. I could have bought a car with that kind of money, but it is what it is. Lessons learned that week. It's like, oh, you gambled, lost money. I wish it was gambling. It would have been a lot easier to digest, but it is what it is. Lessons learned all around. It is what it is. I'm 25 now, so time to get serious. But can't be making these dumb mistakes anymore. Not like I said, I have the gambling thing figured out. It's all about the other aspects of my life. Won't get into me though. It's you guys are here to hear recaps, not here to listen to me about my life. So, but yeah, man, Kong Wang got the win. She completely picked Tracy apart. I felt like it was just gonna be a mismatch on the feet. Tracy's boxing is decent, but good luck getting into range with Kong. Kong's just a sharpshooter. The calf kicks were there. Body shots were there. She's just picking Cortez apart. Cortez couldn't get her to the ground. The one time she did, Kong Wang got up. Cortez is just, she's okay. She's pretty good, but, too much. Kong Wang's too good for this. She had one fluke loss in her career, and other than that, she's been doing pretty good. But yeah, moving on. Luke Riley versus Kai Kamaka. Luke Riley's the truth, man. 14-0. The kid's good, man. Nasty, nasty knockouts. The guy's just. I've been watching this guy since the start of his Cage Warriors career. This guy is good. He's been working a lot on his defense. I can tell. He didn't get hit at all, I don't think, in that fight. I think he took a few calf kicks, but other than that, he was really landing on Kai. That KO sequence was nasty. Kai is also a guy who's not easy to put away. So that was a big testament to how good Riley is. Yeah, Kai Kamaka, he'll be back, but yeah, man, it's hard for him. Like he'll do well in the regional scene. He'll do well even in PFL. He's hanging in there with the best. But Luke Riley in the UFC, it's a different ball game. So hopefully we see Kai back and maybe a better matchup for him because I do think Kai is an asset to the UFC. Um, you know, but we'll see. We'll see where both of them go from here. I think Luke Riley is sky's the limit for him. I think the grappling is probably his biggest weakness, but we'll see where he goes from here. He's got some good training partners in Patty and Adam Cullen and all these other guys who are pretty good grapplers, so especially Patty, but we'll get into Patty later. Moving on, Adrian Yanez versus Cody Garbrandt. I don't know, whoever was taking Cody Garbrandt, please reconsider things because that was a horrible bet. I saw a few people betting Cody Garbrandt, and no shade to them as far as everyone can make a bad bet, but like that was horrible. This was a Taylor matchup for Yanez. Garbrandt, oh yeah, he's fast. He's this. He's that. He could wrestle Yanez. It's like, no, you're not gonna wrestle Yanez, man. Like, he just fought Ricky Simone. Like, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be able to deal with the wrestling. Cody Garbrandt is gonna try to box with him because that's the only way he can win and maybe land something big. And he couldn't. He landed some decent shots early, but other than that, Yanez was just walking him down, finding his time, looking for his big counters as Cody blitzes in. And once Cody blitzed in, boom, over the top, hurt, wobbly. And then when he tried to clinch shot, boom, 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 over top. Down goes Cody, fight's over. Yanez is the truth. Got to meet him also afterwards. Great guy. I've been a fan of. If you know me, you know I've been a fan of Yanez since the start. So Contender Series, all that. This guy's the truth. Um, I'm interested to see where he keeps going in his career because I love watching the guy fight. He's awesome. I told him in person, like with Masvidal gone, I need guys like you to keep me, motivated. That the younger talent there'll be people there to replace, and they're in the fighting. There always will be a new guy, but Yanez, man, I love that guy. He's awesome. Moving on, Gable Stevenson versus Alicia Ellison. Alicia was talking all week like he's gonna do something. It's like, bro, come on. You're literally a lamb to a slaughter. Like you're getting, and that's exactly what happened. He just got completely bullied, landed on, and put away. Nasty finish from Gable. Yeah, he's a very dangerous competitor. I'm interested to see what happens as the fight goes longer, because I've been hearing some things with cardio is his weakness, but I don't know. I got to see him at the PI. I didn't want to bother him during fight week, but yeah, he's a freak, man. That guy's a freak. And then yeah, moving on. Robert Whitaker, Nikita Krylov. Um, I think Whitaker looked good, like he was landing, but I think it's going to be a problem when you're not fighting a guy like Krylov, who's questionably washed. Questionably, I don't know truly yet. I haven't really come to a decision on that, but I think Krylov just looked bad out there. Like he's just slow. I think the Whitaker is going to be faster than a lot of these light heavyweights, but the thing with Whitaker is his punches don't really have that much power behind it. I feel like because he landed some pretty big shots on Krylov, and Krylov was still there. He didn't get dropped. I just feel like the size is going to be a problem for him at this weight class. He also looked pretty tired, like throughout the fight. He still had his bounce and still did his thing. I feel like he grew as the fight went on, but I just feel like Whitaker's gonna have problems in this division. So, and he said he's not gonna fight the guys like Sterling and Ulberg because they're training partners. It's like, okay, then why are you at the weight class? Like, were you trying to be a champion, or are you just trying to like fight and fight for fun? Because if you're trying to fight for fun, then whatever. But I don't know. He says something about being a champion, but I don't know how that works. Were you gonna wait for Ulberg to lose the belt? You're like what, 36, 37 years old? What if he doesn't lose the belt for another 3 to 4 years? Yeah, you're 35, so you don't have a lot of time to make a run. But yeah, Whitaker, you know, good win for Whitaker. Broke the guy's jaw. The Reaper. Gotta love it. Who doesn't love Bobby Knuckles? Speaking of Bobby Knuckles, moving on. We had King Green versus Terrence McKinney, or I call him Bobby. Yeah, King is. I can't call another grown man King. There's only one King, and that's the Lord Jesus Christ. So, yeah, Bobby Green is. He is. He's a gamer. I love Bobby. He's something that you can't take, like you can't, like UFC's got to keep this guy around because he is must see. He's always fun fights, and he was getting worked. Honestly, I was like, what am I watching here? McKinney's not going crazy. He was like picking at Bobby, landing big shots. McKinney was in there for like 4 minutes. I thought it was gonna be two, but McKinney hung in there. He went on there longer, more time than I thought he would. But yeah, McKinney did what he had to do to win. Or not McKinney, sorry, Green. He just went through the fire, and then the second he got out of that bad position on the ground, McKinney quit. There's no nice way of putting it. I got to meet McKinney that week. I like the guy, but he just doesn't have that dog in him when it comes to fighting. He's a good hammer, terrible nail. One of the worst nails in the sport. King Green just put it on him, and broke him. And it sucks too because I wanted to get as much more down live on this because this is literally a gold mine. I don't know how long their books are going to let us get away with these McKinney live spots because they should know by now when this guy like doesn't get his way, he quits. And yeah, so congrats to everyone else who cashed on that. Great cash. Moving on. Brandon Royval versus Lanier Kavanaugh. This is where the night got painful. I had Kavanaugh here. I thought he was going to be too fast for Royval. I thought, he's just going to be able to, mix in the grappling if needed. But what I didn't count on is he's just so young. Like, how old is this kid? He's like 20 something? 27. Like, he's still got so much time in his career. Like, he's still got like 8 years to figure it out. I think Royval is just a dog. He's a dog. He puts out lots of volume, and this is a nightmare matchup for Kavanaugh. In hindsight, I just fucked this one. I fucked this one up. Are we past 5 minutes? Yeah, okay. I fucked this one up. Kavanaugh is just not. He's not equipped to be in these types of fights yet. I feel like this is a good learning lesson to help him maybe down the line. We'll see where he goes from here, but I just feel like this was just too much for him too soon. And I thought he was going to be game for it the way he handled Moreno, but Royval and Moreno are two different style of fights. Moreno will give him the fight he wants. Royval will not give him the fight he wants. So congrats to Royval betters. I was wrong. Um, yeah, this one hurt. This one hurt. But it is what it is. I should have probably lived out. But round two, man, he almost got him out of there. So there was a glimmer of hope. But Royval survived like the veteran he is. Tied him up in his guard, got his recovery, and then put it right back on him. Finished him in the third round. So credit to Royval. The guy's a freaking dog. I met him in Vegas 2 years ago. Guy's a great guy. Complete G. Yeah. Congrats to Royval. Moving on. Mario Batista versus Sandhagen. Sandhagen, I thought was going to win this fight. And honestly, I feel like if that thing didn't happen in the last part of the round one where, he tore his hamstring, I feel like he would have won that. Because honestly, Bautista was not winning the exchanges on the feet. And he actually got rocked in the first round. Corey rocked him. But man, Mario's grappling is just next level. Like he is really good with his grappling. And I feel like Corey, healthy, would have won that fight, but he got hurt. And I know it's excuses, but it is what it is. If he didn't get hurt, what happened in the second round? He completely tooled him with one, like, with well compromised. Corey's just better, in my opinion. I would love to see the trilogy to prove that. But yeah, it was Batista's day. Congrats to Batista. He did what he had to do to win. Guy's a legit fighter. And yeah, man, congrats to Mario Batista. It's going to be weird now seeing him versus Sean. I would much rather see Corey would have won because Sanhagen versus Sean would have fed generations. But, we're going to see a former teammate clash, I guess. If Sean wants to fight him, he might hold out for the title shot. Who knows? But we'll see. Moving on. Patty Pimblett versus Benoit. I emptied the clip, honestly, with Patty. I was like, screw it. I thought Patty was just. I had a feeling. The whole fight week, the energy was all on him. Benoit could have spoiled the party with his wrestling, but you're kind of going into Patty's world with the grappling, and Patty just locked up a submission. One I've never actually seen before. It was like a Darce Anaconda Peruvian necktie hybrid. And I'm gonna actually train that, practice that in the gym because I was sick. Maybe it's just something he can do with his body type. I don't know, but that was really cool to watch. Really cool to watch. But yeah, Benoit got put to sleep less than a minute. Nasty finish. I was on my feet. That was a highlight of the card for me. The crowd was crazy, man. Being there, the crowd was so crazy. Yeah, man. Great, great win for Patty Pimblett. Well, I'm excited to see what he does from here. Moving on. Max Holloway versus Conor McGregor. Not much of a fight to talk about here. Conor, again, I'm just going to speak about what I liked is the walkout, the whole fight week, press conference, weigh-ins. I got to see the McGregor experience. Now, was a fight? No. But I didn't expect anything. So everyone's saying, oh, you got scammed, oh, da, 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 blah, blah, blah. You should be pissed. Like, if you don't expect anything, if you have low expectations, nothing can disappoint you. That's a nice lesson for you guys in life. Conor McGregor, I don't expect much from him. Sorry, just getting a call. Hey, I'll call you back in a second, all right? Love you. And yeah, honestly, I don't have any expectations with Connor at this point. You come back from that injury, the steroids, the alcohol, like your bone density, there's something to be said about that. It's just not as strong. Man, is my battery like I feel like my battery's like disintegrated. I'm gonna have to get my battery checked out at the store. We'll see though. But yeah, man, Conor McGregor, in my opinion, he's done. I just don't think he has it anymore. He doesn't really like his brain wants to be there, but his body doesn't. So it is what it is. Max Holloway got the win. I always thought Max was gonna win, but the fight came closer. I'm like, man, maybe Conor could just take a step back, maybe land something big. Max got hurt, knocked out not too long ago. Maybe the chin can get cracked here again. I don't know. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, man, Conor's just done, man. He doesn't have it anymore. He can't use his main weapon, which is his kicks. What's he gonna do anymore? He tried to use his kicks and he hurt his knee. So yeah, that's it for Connor in my opinion. But let me get through this prospect of the card. There's a few, man. Like that's the funny part about this card. It was a prospect hotbed. I would probably say between Gable Stevenson and Luke Riley. But man, there's a few, man. I'd have to say Gable Stevenson or Luke Riley. Probably. Those are the two that stand out to me. And then fight of the night, pretty obvious. Royval versus Kavanaugh. Did they get a bonus? Yeah, fight of the night. Congrats to each fighter. That was awesome. And then all my picks, I pretty much did well with the picks. So, other than Kavanaugh, I did pretty well. I don't even think he was in my top five. Let me look back. I'm kind of curious. I was so tired last week. I don't even remember doing the video. You guys are going to see a noticeable difference in this video. I'm a lot more energetic, well rested. Yeah, I was busy last week. I was getting everything ready, training, packing, all that good stuff. Let me see this though. Let me see this, guys. I just want to see how I did. I haven't checked. Let me see. Top five picks. Obviously, Stevenson #1. Stevenson, obviously. I would say Yanez #2. Boom, boom. Yanez was always my #2. Riley #3. Who? Who my #3? My top five picks. Obviously, Stevenson #1. I would say Yanez #2, Riley #3. Riley #3. There you go. Why didn't I just whatever. It was Riley and Yanez. I screwed up putting Kavanaugh in there, but I got talked off of Riley just because I do think that was the toughest opponent he's ever faced. But stylistically, he's bigger. Pause. And he's just gonna be more dangerous. His Kavanaugh, or other than the calf kicks, like I said, which could have been an issue, and it was. But the boxing is night and day, Riley's. So, and he's a Muay Thai fighter, so he's probably used to getting kicked. He's not like Justin or Junior Tafa. Benoit Saint Denis 6. Ugh, terrible 4. I must have been really tired. Come on. #7. That's where it gets a little tricky. I would probably go. Bro, can I spit it out already? Come on, buddy. I deserve to get roasted for this video, honestly. There's a guy that roasted me in here. I deserve to. That was bad. I'm sorry, guys. I just had to get the video out. I didn't have time last week. I'm trying to find it. Come on. Penis. Okay, so I went 4 out of 5. I'll take it. Terrible, terrible, terrible read on BSD. I'm not mad at my pick there. I'm more so mad at the fact that he's #4 when there's so many better options. But whatever, guys. Great card. Done talking about it. How long did I yap about this card? 20 minutes. Not the worst. It's a good card, man. Lots of stuff. Plus, I was there, so lots of things to talk about. Yeah, a lot of stuff happened last week, so had to cover it. But yeah, let's move on. UFC Fight Night, Duplessis and Usman. We're in Oklahoma. OH. No, that's Ohio. Sorry, my bad. Sooners. Yeah, the Sooners. Sorry. I don't know why I keep checking. Just want to make sure we're recording. All right, let's get into it. Shorter card, but we'll get into it. So starting out, we got Ezra Elliott versus Damian Anderson. Banger fight. This card, in my opinion, was horrible. Like, look at the options they gave us compared to last week. Look what we have to work with. Not a good card. Like, honestly, not a good card. Yeah, not a good card. Let's see any fights. Yeah, Jacoby Smith versus Holland would have been a great addition. You know, but it's all good. It's still a decent card. I'll give a rating after I go through it. But yeah, we have Damian Anderson versus Ezra Elliott. Ezra Elliott. I've been watching this kid for a while now. He trains under O'Malley, or at least he did. I don't know. Yeah, he's at the MMA lab now. I don't know if O'Malley still works with him. But he hasn't fought anyone. That's my only fear. Who's Vasquez? Yeah, he hasn't really fought anybody. That's my only fear, but this kid can grapple. All I hear is this kid's a good grappler. But the issue with this fight is now you're fighting something. Let me see, because we're just at 49. I want to see where this. Okay, man, this battery's cooked. I think I gotta get it changed, fixed. Yeah, man. I think Ezra Elliott's gonna be definitely the better wrestler. Maybe. I don't know. Because if you look at Damian, he trains out of the B team with Nicky Rod and All these guys like Craig Jones, like he's got really good jiu-jitsu. He's not that accomplished in jiu-jitsu, but he's good. Like he's not someone you want to sleep on in the grappling. Um, I think this is going to be a hard fight for both guys. I think this is a very even fight. I gotta go with. I actually have it as a coin flip. The odds have not come out yet, so I don't really know where to go with this. I mean, he beat Gabriel Wanderlei with a heel hook, who's just known for his jiu-jitsu. He kind of played into his game. Gutierrez, who's that? Yeah, I don't know how that is. Where's a good wrestler? Ray Viza, maybe? No. Solo Reyes. Not one win other than like Isaac grappling. He took Isaac Thompson to a decision. Cole Abate, Crenliston got subbed him. I don't know, man. I'm gonna lean Elliott here. I think the boxing goes to Anderson, but it's a close fight, man. I want nothing to do with this from a betting perspective. This is a close fight, and I'm rooting for. Honestly, I don't know who I'm rooting for. I think Elliott just because there's like a mystique about Elliott, whereas like I don't know what I don't know, man. I look at Damian Anderson like a mini Cody Steele, so I don't know, man. I'm gonna root for Elliott here. I think Elliott wins. It's a close fight in my opinion. I think Anderson's gonna be a popular bet this week for people, just because I do believe his boxing's better. But I don't know, man. I feel like Elliott's probably gonna be bigger in there. He's gonna impose his wrestling, his size. I don't know. We'll see. It's a close fight. I don't really know what to think about this one. Yeah, man. It's a close fight. That's all I gotta say. How long did I talk about this? We'll go for like another minute. I can't imagine. I want to make these, especially when a short card like this. I want to do at least 3 minutes or 2 minutes. Sorry. So yeah, Damian Anderson. The thing with Damian, like I said, is just they both don't have the greatest of competition. And Damian, the training who he's like, let me look who he's training with. Let me see. Damian Anderson. Yeah, okay. So who's he training with? Trying to see here. Do you guys? I know he trains at the B team, but what MMA gym did he train out of? This is some rounds. Simple Man Martial Arts. Who? It's Austin, Texas, but who? So it's just the jiu-jitsu gym basically, but who trains with him with MMA? Let me see who he's sparring with here. All I see is him. Yeah, I don't like the gym he trains out for MMA. Honestly, I don't think it's an MMA gym. I think he is built to be an MMA fighter. I just don't like the experience. I don't know if he gets enough experience out there. Whereas Elliott's training at the lab. So I'm gonna go with Elliott here. I just feel like that's a safer bet or pick, sorry, but it's definitely not a safe fight to bet. So I'm gonna go Elliott here. We'll see what happens. Maybe he gets to be an underdog price and I take a shot there, but pick'ems or a slight favorite either way, I'm just not gonna mess with this fight. I want at least like plus 200 on Elliott if I'm gonna bet this, or like maybe plus 150, but we'll see. Moving on, Diane Barbosa versus Anne Melisano. Barbosa should win this fight. I watched Melisano on the Ultimate Fighter. She is, and I've seen her on the Fury shows. The thing with Melisano is she's dangerous. Like she's got decent striking, but she doesn't like pressure. She hates pressure. Um, she's got nasty long range weapons. She can deal with crashes pretty well. So I do think on the feet, she probably is going to have an advantage. If not, it's going to be competitive. But the thing is, if she gets taken to the ground, that's Barbosa's world. And I think Barbosa is just going to sub her, honestly. I think Barbosa has superior, or I know Barbosa has superior grappling. We saw it with the Gatto fight, completely just dominated her in the grappling. I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, she's just a better grappler in my opinion. You know, she lost to Karine Silva, but Karine Silva is a very good grappler. So I just think Dione Barbosa is probably going to win this fight. I think the odds are a little too wide though. Honestly, I don't have negative 500. I have like negative 300 or whatever, but I would probably say she should win. I wouldn't go as far to run to bet these prices. I know a lot of people are pretty confident in her. I think it's just women's MMA, and you're betting women's MMA at chalk. It's like very risky if you're not completely sure she's gonna win. And I'm not completely sure because there's a world where she could get stuck on the feet and lose a decision, a split decision, and I don't want to play that game with this fight. Maybe she gets caught. I don't know. I'm gonna go Barbosa here. I think this might be actually on short notice. I don't remember when this fight got signed, but yeah, man, I gotta go with Barbosa here. I just think Milesano is just she kind of quits when she gets to the ground and it's not going her way. And I feel like Barbosa is riding some momentum after her last win. So whereas Milesano literally just lost this year. So I'm gonna go Barbosa here, but I'm not running to bet these prices. I'll tell you that for free. So yeah, not much else I could say about this fight, I guess. Trying to make these breakdowns go on as long as I can, but it's like, man, these fights like this are pretty straightforward. Like one girl's a better, if not just as good striker, and then we have one girl who's just far superior on the ground. The question is, can Barbosa implement her game plan and impose her will on her, or is Milesano just gonna keep it competitive or even win on the feet? So I don't know. Moving on, we had RJ Harris versus Alvin Hines. A lot of people don't know who RJ Harris is. I've been watching him a little bit lately. He's been on LFA a few times. He's pretty dangerous, I'll be honest. He's fought pretty low level competition, I would say. So it's not like, oh my God, like this guy is so good. Charlie Cleveland, Quentin Campbell, like who are these guys? Like he lost to Ben Wonder in amateur. Like, that's not a good loss. But Alvin Hines, the thing with Hines that I worry with is he's been off a little bit with this suspension. I don't know when the last time he fought was 2020. Yeah, so last year, literally a year ago, he's been off on suspension. I don't know how old this guy is, but it's literally like, let me see here. He's only 34. He's still got a few years. For heavyweight, it's not that bad. But yeah, he's also not fought the highest level of competition. He's actually lost a lot of fights on the feet, so I'm actually pretty torn here. I'm gonna pass on this one. Um, yeah, I'm gonna pass here just because I don't like this fight. I think Harris might have the advantage here. He's gonna be bigger. He's gonna be coming off momentum. Um, he's dangerous, but I don't know, man. It's a close fight, 50-50 heavyweight, low level heavyweight fight. I really don't want anything to do with this fight, so I don't really feel like even talking about it's like a good use of my time. So I'm gonna go. Let me see who RJ Harris is training with, and I'm gonna go do the Instagram deep dive because you know what? I'm gonna make it fun for you guys. I'm not gonna look on my phone. Let me go Instagram. Yeah, you guys could probably guess my For You page. Let me see here. Um, Let me see. RJ Harris. I don't even know why I cleared it. There's nothing there. Like that's like anyone's. It's not that bad, honestly. Um, yeah. I don't know who he's training with. Like, who are these people? 1 second. Did I delete it? Does it show on this phone too that I deleted my search history? No, it's still there. No, it's still there. Okay, I guess it's just for here, I guess. And let me look at it, because I don't think it was bad. I don't even know why I cleared it. Yeah, there's nothing bad here. Why did I even clear it? Ah, whatever. Whatever. I guess it's more so because I have friends that, maybe you guys want to talk trash to me. You guys can try to talk trash to them. I don't know, man. Let me speed this up, though. You guys are probably getting antsy for me to get out of here, get these opinions out. So, yeah, man. I don't know, man. I'm going to go. And Heinz, I can't remember who Heinz trains with, but I'm pretty sure it's like, I'm pretty sure it's what's his name. Let me see here. Heinz. 34. Oh, he was with Ellison. Okay. But who's he training with? Yeah, like it seems like a shit show fight. Just like prove my point. Let me see if I can. Yeah, whatever. I'll log in some other way. I'll log in for my actual business. This is my personal account, so I'm trying to probably see more of my political side on here. Um, don't try to leave that at the door. Like again, I only on this account so I can look at this because being on my phone is not a good look for the video. So if I'm gonna research, I'd rather you guys see my research as well. I'm just trying to see what gyms are training out of. But yeah, anyways, enough yapping about this fucking low level fight. Moving on. Alden Correa versus Stuart Nickel. I gotta go with. I gotta go with Correa. Like, duh. Nickel is garbage. He is horrible. He does not. He's not a good fighter. He could be finished. It's Korea inside the distance. Like I guess Lucas Roca took him to a decision, but man, I don't know. I feel like this guy finished Costa in his debut, but he's gonna not finish this guy. Like come on, it's gonna be a finish. Stuart Nichols getting finished. I will be shocked to see anything different. Yeah, Alden Korea KO 2-3, sub 2-3, whatever. I think it's gonna be Korea 2-3 though. I think Stuart Nickel is just like I said, he's just been finished. He got finished by Aguilar in the first round, but you know it could happen in the first round. But I'm gonna go Korea 2-3. Alden Korea inside the distance. Pretty much a free parlay leg in my opinion, but parlaying props can be iffy. So whatever. If you want to take the plunge at -1,000, go for it. I guess. Moving on. I'm not gonna speak about this fight very long. It's literally nothing to talk about. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time. It's Korea, and that's simple. Moving on. Felipe Franco versus Levi Rodriguez. Let me see. Do I have any fights where I need this tab open anymore? Nah, I'm good. Yeah, I think Levi Rodriguez probably wins this fight. Again with him, he's been off on a tainted supplement, not tainted supplement, pop on USADA or whatever they're using now for testing. Yeah, he technically hasn't won since LFA. But I just think the guy's dangerous. Like he's got KO power. He's pretty. He can be wrestled, which is a bit of a concern here. I just think the guy's better than Felipe Franco. The thing with Franco is he just fought not too long ago. Sorry, it's like a fur or something here. And I just think Franco is just. I think Franco is just not that good. And he's fought a lot of bums. And Pinto, that was the worst I've ever seen Pinto. So I'm not trying to take a lot from that. And he still lost to the worst Pinto I've ever seen. So he lost to Freddie Vidal. Guy gassed out. I don't know. I gotta go Levi Rodriguez here. I think Levi's probably gonna put him out. Will I bet on this fight? Probably not. He's been off for too long, and I just don't know what to feel about this fight. So yeah, moving on. Um, yeah, let me just look at one thing first. Levi Rodriguez. Yeah, like who are these guys he's beating, man? Like I can't sit here and go, oh my god, he's the best thing since sliced bread when it's like, bro, who are you beating? Like these guys are not that good. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to sit here and watch it as a and yeah, that's about it. I'm going with Levi Rodriguez here by KO. I think he's probably gonna go through a tough round. Maybe he gets taken down early, but I think he's gonna find the KO at some point. Brazilian on Brazilian action. I'm probably gonna stay off this one, but Eileen Levi Rodriguez here. I think he's probably going to find the KO. So, yep. Yeah, not much else I could say here. Anyone who loses to Freddie Vidal is automatic fade for me. Even if you did look pretty good your last fight, I just can't take you seriously. You're losing to Freddie Vidal, man. Like, what else can I say? Moving on, we have John Paul Lebasioni versus Seok Ko. Bro, I'm busy, dog. Getting spam calls right now. Yeah, Seok Ko. I think Seok Ko probably wins. It's a tougher matchup just because John Paul Lebasioni is a lot more. One second, let me charge my phone. I gotta go out here soon. Lebasioni is a lot more gifted on the feet, and I feel like he's gonna be an issue when it comes to the length of his strikes. Like he's not trying to come forward. Like he's more so like counter striking, kicking lots, using his long range weapons. And he's got good jiu-jitsu, so it's going to be hard for Ko to get his game going. But I do think Ko is just better, like a better boxer. He's got good fight IQ. He's got a good grappling, like control-based grappling. I think Ko is probably, I lean Ko here. I just trust his fight IQ better. I trust his overall skill set. It's a close-ish fight, so I do see why people are taking a dog shot on Lebasioni. I do get it, you know. But man, Seok Ko dominated Phil Rowe, dominated Oben Elliott, Igor Calvin Conti. Like this guy's pretty good, man. I mean, he lost to Sasha Palatnikov. That's not a good look, but I feel like if he doesn't get knocked out, I feel like he's probably gonna win this fight. So yeah, man, I gotta go with Seok Ko here. I think he's probably gonna wrestle his way to a victory, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's what's probably gonna happen. Could I be wrong here? Could Ko find the could Ko get caught? Maybe, but I just think John Paul, the way he looked against Phil Rowe is not a good look. Like he looked really rough against Phil Rowe, and yeah, man, Phil Rowe is not in the UFC for a reason. You know, he's got terrible fight IQ, but John Paul got teed off on a lot of that fight, especially the last round. That was bad. And Seok Ko didn't even think took a scratch from Phil Rose. So I'm gonna go with Seok Ko here. Moving on, Jose Delgado versus Austin Bashi. I gotta go with Delgado. Bashi lost to C-Rod, who's a lot smaller, who yes has better takedown defense, but Delgado is just a big guy, dangerous, knees up the middle, elbows. He's just a dangerous guy. And I feel like Bashi is going to struggle with the length of Delgado, the size, like the height. He's going to have an issue with that. I feel like Bashi, could he get his wrestling game going on Delgado? 100%. Delgado has shown before he can't be out wrestled. But the thing with Delgado is he has a good training, a good camp at MMA Lab who knows how to prepare their guys. And I feel like a lot of the time with these fights, he's getting taken down by people that like are a lot less focused on the grappling. Like, let me see the last fight, for example. We got Feely, who's not primarily a wrestler, but he took him down because he was thinking about striking, and then he caught him by surprise. Wood, he's been in two pretty weird fights where Wood hurt him. Also, he can be hurt, so I do think that's a possibility where he could get hurt. But this guy's just nasty, man. Like, he is nasty. And I do feel like he could definitely find the finish here. So I'm going to go with Delgado. I'm going to lean him. Thought that was smoke because, man, it's pretty bad. Let me look outside. Yeah, it's just depressing. The sun's blocked from the smoke. It's depressing, man. I'm going to go with Delgado, though. I think Delgado's probably going to find a KO at some point. And, yeah. Yeah, not much else to say here. Bashi's, like I said, he could definitely get his wrestling game going, but I got to go with Delgado here. Moving on, we got Tommy Gunn McMillan versus Alberto Montez. I got to go with Montez here. Like, it's a close fight. I have it 50-50 line. But honestly, McMillan, I feel like the reason I feel like it's 50-50 is because we're counting on Montez to gas if we are on McMillan. And then with McMillan, we're counting on him to be technically flawed like he is. So if Montez doesn't finish him early, and doesn't maintain his cardio or doesn't gas out, I feel like Montez wins. Or sorry, if Montez finishes him early or doesn't gas out, I feel like he wins. But if McMillan can gas him out with the pace and pressure and the manic style, the way he fights, I feel like he can definitely drown Montez as the fight goes on. So it's a really hard fight to call, from in my opinion. I'm gonna stick to my initial gut read, which was Montez. I'm not betting this fight. I just don't trust Montez's cardio. If the real Tapuria got gassed out and tired, what's gonna happen to the Walmart Tapuria? So I just don't. When you put your hair a certain way like that and you fight like the way, I don't know. I'm just mostly having a laugh here, but you kind of get what I'm saying. Like I just feel like these pretty boy, boxing heavy styles with like, when he goes for his front headlock anacondas, he puts a lot of squeeze into it, and I could just see McMillan surviving that, and then Alberto's gassed. So I don't know, man. I am not betting this fight. I just think one's technically really flawed and one's cardio is suspect, and both of them are uh, very good in the areas where the other opponent is not. So I'm excited to see this fight. It's probably the fight I'm most excited to watch. But yeah, man. I got to go with Montez here just because he's technically more sound, and it all starts in round one. So we'll see if McMillan survives round one, and we'll see how this fight plays out. But I'm definitely rooting for Montez. I'll tell you that. I'm not really a big fan of McMillan, but even though he did cash me out with the last fight. But yeah, moving on. Fatima Klein versus Tabitha Ricci. I'm on Fatima Klein here as a pick. What are the odds now for this fight? Let me see. Fatima Klein. Oh, McMillan's now negative 150. Yeah, like the odds, you can't play these odds. Like negative 500 for him. Like, bro, I'm not betting negative 500 women's MMA. I'm just not doing it. I think Fatima Klein wins. I feel like she's better on the feet. She's a better jiu-jitsu player. But the thing about Richie is she's athletic and she's got good cardio and she can make it close. And the bunda, the judges will be looking at the bunda. I'll tell you that right now. Um, Tabitha Ricci always finds ways to make it close, and that's my fear with these numbers. It's like, do I think Klein wins? Yes. Do I think she could probably potentially finish Ricci? Yes. But I just don't think Klein. I don't think Klein. I think I've seen her in close fights before. Like this isn't like she definitely beat up Angela Hill. She definitely destroyed Dudakova, TKO'd Melissa Martinez. Um, she lost to Jazz, but all the fights before that, she was like not looking that good. So I don't know. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. I think she's young. She's like 26 years old, so she's young. But I don't know, man. It's a one of those fights where it's like I just don't know what to think here. I gotta go with Klein just because that's what logic says, and I do think she wins, but the odds are just too wide for me. I want no part in this fight, so I'm gonna go Klein here. Maybe I change my mind, maybe I don't. We'll see. I just think Ricci, her method of path to victory is making it close, winning, cage pushing, landing some elbows here. Maybe she takes her down. Who knows? Who knows? This is a women's MMA fight that's pretty volatile, so who knows how this fight plays out. It's a very, very tricky fight to call. But yeah, moving on. Mitch Ramirez versus Chase Hooper. I gotta go with Chase Hooper, but once again, odds are too wide. Let's see where the odds have gone. I know some people have been playing like big numbers on this fight. Let me see if the odds have came down a little at all. A little bit. He was plus like 330 at one point. Now he's plus 285 is Ramirez. Plus 300, I definitely am more interested. I still am interested at these numbers, but I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I think Chase Hooper, yeah, his chin sucks, but I've seen Mitch Ramirez take get people take his back too many times. And I just feel like, he got TKO by Gibson, he got TKO by Hernandez. Okay, I get it. But those guys, like, they have actually really good grappling. Both of them. Good get-ups, etc. Whereas Mitch, I don't trust it. I know he's strong. He's physically stronger than Hooper, but that's something. And he's got power. But he's just kind of sloppy, and I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with Hooper because that's what the logic says. But man, I've seen this guy. He beat Jim Miller. He beat Clay Guida. He beat Borishev. And all those guys aren't as physical as Ramirez. I get that. But, he beat Fiore. He beat Jordan Levitt. And Levitt's strong. So, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's hard for me to believe in Chase Hooper the way he's looked lately, but I'm gonna go Chase Hooper here. It's just my gut's telling me Hooper wins this fight. I think Ramirez is like it could be a like one of those bait spots where they make you feel like because of how Hooper's looked lately, like this is the spot. Just take Ramirez KO because I don't see him winning a decision against Hooper. Um, yeah, we'll see how the fight plays out. I'm pretty comfortable skipping this fight. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'll have to think about this fight some more. There's a lot of fights I'm just not sure of yet. But yeah, man, I'm on Hooper here as a pick. I think the odds are wide, but I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, play Ramirez." Ramirez has not looked that good. Who is his only win? Like, let me look at his record. Let me look at who he's beaten. I think it was Tavares, right? Yeah, Tavares is dog shit. Like his chin's horrible, but I guess so is Hooper's. But I don't know, man. Like he got TKO by leg kicks by Moises, destroyed on the feet with by Davis, who's not really known for TKOing people. Prates slept him, which is no shame. And then before, he TKO'd Ayadi, Majed. He has some KO power. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I feel like this is he TKO'd Ryder, right? Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna go Chase Hooper here. We'll see though. Odds are definitely wide though. Moving on. Jared Cannonier, Christian Leroy Duncan. This is a Leroy Duncan spot. This is probably one of my most confident picks of the card, other than obviously Korea. But Duncan should beat the crap out of Cannonier. Cannonier is 42 years old. His chin's not there anymore. He's got to deal with someone for 3 rounds that's constantly moving, doing funky, unorthodox stuff. Someone that has nasty power, more weapons than him, knees, elbows, long range punches, kicks. I just think Leroy Duncan's the truth. I feel like there are certain styles that are going to cause him issues, like with good grapplers and people that are more fundamentally sound and that are younger, maybe like a Sean Strickland. You know what I mean? Like those types of guys, or I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he's gonna become a champion or anything. I love to see Leroy Duncan. I've been watching him also since Cage Warriors. But I just think Leroy is just too dangerous for Cannonier. And I feel like he has good takedown defense, good clinch, good elbows, knees. I feel like this is going to be a good spot for him to find a win. So I'm going to go Duncan here. I'm definitely going to be parlaying him. I'm just looking to see what I want to parlay him with. But yeah, Duncan is probably my favorite parlay piece of the card. Um, he made me money last time. It was a sweat, though, I will say. He kept playing the stupid game with Roman Dolidze. Ended up in weird positions, so it is what it is. But, CLD got it done, and he got me paid, and I feel like he's going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to go Christian Leroy Duncan here by first or second round knockout. Could happen in the third, too, but I just think Duncan's probably going to get him out of there early, so... We'll see. It's sad because I do like Cannonier. He's a veteran, good guy, but one's got to go. And Duncan, I'm definitely more of a fan of Duncan than I am Cannonier. So as a fighter, so we'll see how the fight plays out. Yeah, Duncan KO1, KO2. We'll see if that can come to fruition. Moving on. DDP versus Kamaru Usman, the main event of the evening. Oh man, let me see here. I know some people are on DDP, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna lean DDP just because of the age of Usman, and he didn't look that good against Buckley. He wrestled him, he dominated him in the wrestling, but when he couldn't get him to the ground, it wasn't that great. I feel like DDP is just a better striker. And I feel like this is a fight where he's got a chip on his shoulder to prove that he can wrestle. The thing is, Brunson out wrestled this guy, so it's like I don't know. I'm not really a big DDP believer in certain matchups, and I'm gonna continue doubting him here. I'm gonna pass altogether on this fight. I just feel like if I bet DDP and Usman dominates, I'm gonna be really mad because my initial gut instinct was Usman's value at big plus money. But people have been playing Usman, so at these odds, I have really no interest in this fight at all because I think the line's pretty much exactly where it should be. Um, yeah, man, I gotta go with I'm gonna go DDP because of age, momentum. Even though he's coming off a loss, he's definitely driven. Kamaro's I don't know what he wants to do because he just fought Buckley at welterweight. Now he's going back up to middleweight. You're 39 years old. questionable knees. I just don't know. He also hasn't fought in a year. Like, what's he been doing? I gotta go DDP here. It's just too messy. Too messy, man. Could Usman win? 100%, but I just don't want to pay to find out at plus 150, right? I'd rather just pass. I think DDP wins because of all the other factors, and he's got more weapons on the feet, the kicks. I feel like Usman's boxing is cleaner, but I still think DDP is gonna have more weapons and potentially deal with the grappling of Usman. So yeah, I'm gonna go DDP, but definitely not a fight I'm running to bet for sure. Okay, that would be it. That is going to be the whole card. Let me give you guys my. Let me. How much time do I have? A little under an hour. My prospect of the card. I would have to say. I don't know. I'd probably have to say it's a prospect between the prospect fight and I'd probably say Tommy McMillan. So I don't know, man. It's a hard card, man, for all that kind of stuff. Fight of the night. I probably have to give it to. It's tricky, man. This has a lot of potential for a lot of fights to be fight of the night. Maybe the main event. We'll go there. And then what's it called? Top five. Korea number one. Um, Leroy Duncan number two. Barboza number three. Klein number four. I would say DDP number five. Yeah, DDP number five. It's kind of tied between him and Hooker, but whatever. Or Hooper, sorry. Yeah, man. Alrighty, that's it, guys. Like, subscribe, you know the drill. Remember the rules. You want to join the Discord. I'm taking a little bit of time off. Give you guys a heads up. Sorry. I'm focused on some personal issues, some family, all this other stuff I'm dealing with. So I'm just gonna be using my Discord as a note-taking session. So please don't DM me asking me for plays and all this kind of stuff. I'm just not gonna be involved in all that right now. I'm doing my own thing for a little bit. I'll still be in there if something's really urgent. You need to get a message across to me, but just do me a favor and respect my privacy, my peace, and yeah, just let me do my stuff. I'll think about it. I might post a play this week. I don't know. We'll see. Now's not the best time to join, in my opinion. If you want to join, join. But again, rule remains. Even though I'm not as active in here for all that other stuff, do not come in there to be weird. Do not just come in there to look at what I'm doing. Sneak diss me behind my. I'm very aware of people doing that, and honestly, I'm not doing that anymore. I'll kick you out of the Discord, and I'll ban. And depending who you are, if I know who you are, and you're one of those people that I know diss me behind my back, but then come here ask if I'm gonna boot you and I'm gonna ban you. But anyways, guys, enough of the negativity. Join the Discord if you want. I'll be in there time for time. And yeah, guys, like, subscribe. You know the drill. I'll catch you next time. Let's cash some tickets. Oh my goodness. Let's cash the tickets that I give out this week, if any. I hope you guys cash some tickets. I'm just contradicting myself, saying I won't be in the Discord. Yeah, you get it. Anyways, guys, like, subscribe. You know the drill. I'll catch you next time. Until next time, peace.